quest, strategize.
All right, and just like that, we are going to get into all the things. Welcome to the show where decentralization is a dream and regulation turns out is an absolute nightmare. Market mayhem, it has struck as Trump's announcements are absolutely rocking the crypto world. Bitcoin is tanking, causing the overall crypto market to evaporate $140 billion in about an hour. All as we try and make America great again. Is this how we do it? Yesterday, 500 million positions were liquidated, giving about 160,000 different traders a smoking wallet, and not for good reasons. That is how many people absolutely lost their shirts in yesterday's folly of activity. On the docket today, Economists sounds alarm for Americans. They say recession is coming. U.S. miners face existential crisis. These tariffs, you know what else just went up? All the Bitcoin miners. We have a ton of companies who are getting ready to invest in Bitcoin mining. All those rigs just went up about 50%. BlackRock, it has closed the door on SEC meetings, raising industry eyebrows. Circle, it has decided to make a massive Solana move, and Wall Street IPO dreams suddenly are on hold. Again, this is because of the tariffs that are coming down the pike. Bitcoin technical patterns and analysis are deeply concerned with what is happening, as they should be. Gemini, they are making strategic Florida play. I love to see this. And the surprising winner for emerging from DeFi's dramatic decline, we're going to touch base on who that might be. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Friday, April 4th. Welcome to the Daily Quest, where stats matter and Solana still works, which is more than we can say for most things right now. Let's check in on the heat map and see what is happening. And it actually does not look that bad. Bitcoin is trading at $83,152. I will take it. If this is crisis, it is crisis. We will take. Ethereum trading at 1,798. XRP just over $2, $2.06. BNB trading at $5.93. I remember last summer we were saying BNB would never go below $650. That was right as CZ got released from prison and everything looked like it was on an upswing. Solana, it has moved 1 point down in the ranking, coming in at number 7 as far as the top cryptocurrencies go. It is trading at $115 tonight, down 3.2% on the day. It is down 13% on the week. We do not like to see that, but we are not going anywhere. Crypto Greed and Fear Index is in the fear zone, so we're not in the extreme fear zone, coming in at a 28. Yesterday, we were at a 25. I bet tomorrow it gets dismal. The Crypto Greed and Fear Index is a lagging indicator, and there was a shit show of activity today. Top meme coins by market capitalization. Everything is in the red except Trump. Now, I said I am a buyer at Trump at $8. We are at $9.36. I did not think we would get this low. DEX volume coming in at $9.364 billion. That is a weekly change. We are finally moving back up. We are up 14% from last week. Last week was a shit show. So again, these numbers are skewed because activity was horrendous. To give you an example, Pump.Fund has only launched 6,789 tokens in the last 24 hours. Their top day was about 58,000 tokens in one day. This is another thing that I think everybody should be looking at if you're in the crypto space, because this is where the crypto minds are betting. And it's interesting to see where they're putting their money on, to see which countries are going to have tariffs put in. There are crypto stats, TikTok stats, March Madness stats. Polymarket is a wealth of information. If you have not been there, I urge you to go to polymarket.com. This is not an advertisement. It is just a wonderful news source if you are trying to get a finger on the pulse of up-to-the-minute activity. And this changes quickly and drastically, and it is just a continued wonderful news source. So I think you all should check it out. Now, let's get into the tariffs, okay? The effective rate is 22.5%, and it is going to supposedly reduce our GDP by 1% in 2025. It is estimated that it is going to cost the average household about $4,200 in expenditure that you did not anticipate. You are going to feel this in your pocketbook. Most Americans are. There is something called the Budget Lab, and they put out a really interesting article. This is a group of people from Yale. I urge you to go check out the report. It is informative. There is a link in my Substack. We have U.S. Bitcoin mining stocks. They are dropping across the board. Why? Because they know that anytime they need to replace these miners, there is going to be a tariff on all of this electronic equipment coming in from China. your phones, your electronics, it is all going to go up in price in the short term. The SEC has decided to hold separate meetings with BlackRock and the Crypto's Council Proof of Stake Alliance. They did all of this behind closed doors. A bunch of people are like, what is actually happening? Anything that happens will be on the blockchain. They are supposedly talking about new ETP regulations, focusing on redemption mechanisms and staking models for the exchange traded products that we are supposedly super excited to have come down the pike, but the consumers apparently are not as excited as the crypto nerds. There's nothing wrong with being a crypto nerd. There really isn't. We have a whale alert. It went off today as Circle minted 250 million USDC on Solana as demand and liquidity rises. The market has been extremely volatile. Solana has become the second largest network by DEX volume with 6.28 billion in TVL or total value locked. I am a fan of Solana and I love it when good things happen on that chain. The IPO market is something that we didn't expect to have inadvertent effects from these tariffs, but that is exactly what's happening. This IPO market, basically companies are deciding they are going to hold off on moving forward. They want to see where regulations go, especially these crypto companies, because crypto seems to be going down at the moment. Circle is not one of those companies. They are going full force ahead with their IPO. I think it is interesting. Even with the growing uncertainty across the market, Circle is saying we are all in. And I like that kind of attitude, especially on a Friday. Glassnode is identifying a bearish death cross for our favorite cryptocurrency, not Solana, but Bitcoin. On-chain metrics are showing us that within a 30-day VWAP, the dropping below 180 is happening and historically signaling a 3 to 6 month downtrend. What's interesting about this also, this coincides with sell in May and go away. I am in the camp at the moment that we are going to see a trend reversal unexpectedly, whether it's a black swan moment or not. I think we are going to see a break. Why do I say that? Because there is so much rhetoric around cryptocurrency becoming a legitimate playing field. It is a coiled spring. I don't know when the spring has ever been this coiled for this type of market activity, but the reaction has not matched the attention it's gotten. I think that mismatch will be corrected, and it will be corrected with price go up. And when price goes up, everybody will be thrilled, and then the onboarding, in my opinion, will truly begin. So I don't think we're that far off from these things happening. Now, these gigachads at Gemini, they decided to go all in on this building in Wynwood, Miami. If you've been to Miami, the Wynwood area is this wonderful artist district, and there's graffiti everywhere mixed with these tech buildings. And it is a really cool place for a forward-thinking crypto company like Gemini to settle down. Wynwood district, I'm sure, is going to greet them with open arms. This is going to follow their confidential IPO filing as they are trying to grow and join the Florida crypto hub. It just takes longer than we thought it might. Don't let your excitement for this space deter your view on where we're going. Just because you're excited doesn't mean other people will be as excited. I remember when I was pushing people to get their first website back in the early 2000s, and I was designing and housing websites for companies and trying to convince a company that they should be online. But they said, we're fine being in the yellow pages. I was so excited for the internet and what it could bring, yet companies that needed to be on the internet had not had that aha moment. The aha moment, unfortunately, with crypto is going to come with what Samson Mow calls an omega candle. Just this green candle that is going to shoot up probably when everybody is sleeping, and it is just going to set the crypto market on a different stance than it currently is. And it will be up only for a good bit. And I hope that up only will break these technical patterns that we've been experiencing with the 4-year cycle from Bitcoin. We have never had top-down infiltration promoting Bitcoin like the president of the United States and all of these other countries that, in my view, are going to start purchasing Bitcoin as a hedge against the United States power. a bunch of things are going to be happening. We have DeFi total volume locked. It dropped 27% in Q1. Thank you, Donald Trump, for making America great again. Ethereum's TVL fell 36%. Meanwhile, AI and social protocols actually managed to scrape out some positive returns. Active wallets is actually starting to increase. We're up about 29%. And that is how we are going to wrap up a Friday news. You guys stay out of trouble. Boom.
Down the rabbit hole we go, creatures gotta feel the flow. Riding rhythms here to stay, on the quest for let it stray. Power up, hearts can dance, on Solana take a chance. Get on your quest, quest, with Richard's Quest.